So I'm sitting here in my car and it's 96 degrees outside in Vegas right now. I'm sitting outside of the dance studio as I dropped my daughter off, and I wanted to share a tax revelation that I had that you could all take advantage of. And it's actually a twofold thing, because we're all business leaders, business owners, and one thing you've probably heard about business ownership is the tax advantages that it gives you and allows you to deduct things that you may not be able to deduct as a W-2 employee working for someone else. So here's my idea. Some of your kids are already out. Mine are out tomorrow. Now, we all, as business owners, run into this problem with our littles during the summer. You have one of two problems. You either are working outside the house and you have to figure out what to do with them for the summer, or which usually means camps, grandma's friends, a lot of organizing, none of which you can write off. Well, daycare, you can take a tax deduction on that, but only up to a certain amount. And if they're at home with you, if you're lucky enough to be home with your kids, then that means you have to try to figure out when to work, when they're like at your feet, or they want to go in the pool, or their neighbors' friends come over, and it's really hard to focus. So anyway, so I've mentioned before that I trained my two oldest on doing QuickBooks data entry and everything, and I always just kind of give them little bits of money. The big joke that I always hear here at the studio is, "Oh, have you figured out how to write off dance yet?" So in a roundabout way, yes, I have. I figured out how to write off dance and baseball, and this is how I'm going to do it. And you can do the same thing. Not dance or baseball, unless that's what you do. You're a business owner. You have littles that need something to do. You can pay them. Did you know you can pay them? And you can claim a deduction for it. You have to pay. They have to do something, okay? Some of you that have like 2-year-olds, yeah, that's not going to happen unless they're actually doing something for you, and you can't say that they're a trial for you to try out new oils on or experiment. They're not guinea pigs. You can't pay them for being guinea pigs. But if they actually do things like filing, inventory, I'm always buying from Life Science and Abundant Health, and all of a sudden it just kind of just goes, wherever. And once in a while, especially when I'm getting ready for a make and take, all of a sudden I sit down and I'm like, wait, what do I have? What do I need? So I try to keep an inventory of what I have on stock, and I buy extra oils, so I keep track of those. I have a lot of data entry. We've talked about inputting your oils that you buy and your purchases from your Young Living statements, putting those on a spreadsheet and keeping track of them. My 10-year-old loves to do that for me. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay them, and I'm going to make it really legit, like setting up a bank account for them. And a lot of banks you can go and set up kids accounts, and there's no service fees or whatever if you bank there, so check out your bank. But it just makes it more legit. It makes it real. If you have your child work for you, they got to write down hours. And this is little stuff. They can do a lot of little things. I happen to have computer geeks, and they'll do anything with the computer, whether it's blowing someone up or entering numbers. So I'm going to take advantage of that and keep them from blowing up things in my house. So I'm going to pay them, and I'm going to take the deduction in my business. I can either treat them as employees, which is easy for me because I can do my own payroll reports and everything, but that may not be necessary for you to do that. You may not want to go to the hassle, but you can pay them as an independent contractor. You don't have to give them a 1099 unless it's over $600 for the whole year. And you can figure that out at the end of the year. But even if you paid them $1,000 and $2,000 if they're like totally amazing or older and doing harder stuff for you, okay, so you pay them $2,000. You give them a 1099 for $2,000. They have to file a little tax return and pick up that $2,000 at the lowest tax rate there is. They got to pay a little bit of tax, but it's tiny, and you get a $2,000 deduction, and I'm sure your tax rate is much higher than theirs is. And then here's the thing. This is probably because I'm reading the book, Raising Grateful Children in an Entitled World. My kids are going to start paying for their own dance classes and their own baseball camps with the money that they've earned. So in essence, I'm writing off dance and baseball. I am brilliant. That's something to think about.